Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk about reactive attachment disorder. What is it?
And people. Who?
My brother.
Okay. Do you do it a little bit or a lot?
A lot.
Okay. And what are you trying to do to your brother?
Kill him.
Why do you want your brother to die?
Because I was hurt so bad, and I don't want to be around people.
So, it's under trauma and stress-related disorders. And I think that's important to mention because reactive attachment disorder is something that happens to children who have witnessed or been in a very traumatic either one experience or upbringing as a whole. So the diagnostic criteria starts out with a consistent pattern of inhibited, emotionally withdrawn behavior toward adult caregivers manifested by both of the following. So you have to have these. The child is rarely or minimally seeks comfort when distressed, or the child rarely or minimally responds to comfort when distressed.
Well, so I wanted to give a quick little sum up of my own symptoms with reactive attachment disorder. Now, I believe this stems from the orphanage I was in whenever I was born, because I was abandoned a few days after I was born and adopted between ages 8 and 9 months. Now, that doesn't sound like a long time, but that's a big chunk of time that was taken away from me in that first 2 years of what's supposed to be nothing but caregiver bonding. Now, I know the orphanages are basically still the same, but which means way too many children, not enough caregivers. But here are my symptoms basically. I've got the urge to always care for others. I knew since I was a young child I wanted to do something in the medical community because I always wanted to help others. And medicine and anatomy always fascinated me. And right now, since I'm in college, I haven't had a roommate until my senior year, and I've always had an aquarium where I take care of pets and things like that. I'm very possessive of whoever I'm in a relationship with. Like, it's not to the scary point where it's like, oh, that woman looked at you, I'ma slice her, because that's just unhealthy, but I'm still like, mine. I feel security with relationships, meaning the thought of being single absolutely terrifies me. Now, I do love my person I'm in a relationship with all my heart and soul, but I know for me, being in a relationship feels like I have someone to protect me, and that feeling's really comforting. I'm extremely self-reliant, almost to the point of insanely wanting to be self-dependent, which has led me into trouble a few cases. I can work with others, but it's a matter of if given the choice, I'd be like, I'd rather work on my own, mostly because I do have bad experience with group experiences, because I feel like I'm always 90% of the time carrying the bulk of the load when other people should be carrying the load as well. I avoid problems like the plague. I'd rather avoid an emotional conflict than deal with it. My counselor has picked this up and she's like, you gotta fight it eventually. Other things, prone to depression. I suspect it's been following me at least since my teenage years. Yeah, I have been manipulative. I am the kind of person where it feels like I shut down my emotional side whenever I'm going through a very serious event. And I'll be the mysterious puppeteer where I'll be playing my cards down, trying to see how can I get something to move the way I would like it to go. Now, I don't mean that in a malicious way. It sounds malicious, but I don't mean that like, oh, I'm gonna make that person trip or some crap like that. But I have, looking back on it, I have used, I guess you could say not deceitful, but less than like, oh yeah, that's not just a coincidence type stuff. I have blocked out some of my childhood memories. I suspect that's because of the sibling issues I've had with my older brother, because he was a real jerk to me. Besides the point. And children with reactive attachment disorder, what I'm talking about, are more prone to having other mental health issues. I suspect for me, it's like I just said, depression, possibly some anxiety issues. My other physical genetic conditions make me more prone to anxiety, so but I just want to give you guys a brief little sum up of my symptoms, and I'm trying to give a voice to people who have RAD, because a lot of the times they're silenced whenever people want to talk about it. And it's, now there are other symptoms, but that's just what I go through. Not everyone goes through the same thing. I hope this video was informative to some people and gave other people an idea, or like, hey, I go through that too. But see you guys